Hanukkah, it's Bezois. I'm not going to talk about this, but we have exactly what the outcome of Bezois in this parsha. Basically, there's a little bit of a difficult subject, not because it's difficult. It's not difficult at all, but there's a lot of little details and not easy to keep focused on so many little details. But this is what we're going to see, the side of the Mashiach ben Yosef, Mashiach ben David, and the Bes Hashem, that they should comment exactly how the process of the Geula according to the Zohar HaKadosh. And everything again is in the Psukim. Let's go to the Psukim directly. I'm just going to take the beginning. We're going to remain mostly on this pasuk. I won't even get to those words. I don't think so. Velo yachal Yosef leisapek. Yehuda comes, face him, ready to fight him, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Yosef cannot control himself. Till now, twice the Torah beforehand mentions that he cried. But he took the time as a king to handle himself and go into the room and cry, wash his face, and come back. But this time he cannot. But he has the time to throw out everybody from there. But the Torah is not going to reveal, or the pasuk it's not going to reveal the reason why he felt so emotional and that he could not hold himself. And he's going to burst in tears before everyone. Okay. Velo yachol Yosef leisapek lechol hanitzavim alav. Oh, I'm sorry. Lifnei kol hanitzavim alav. Lechol means nothing. Hanitzavim, you're talking about the Reshaim of the Mitzrim. Vehine Hashem nitzav alav. Nitzavim is a Lashon Malachim. Is the Lashon, you have it. Vehine shloisha anashim nitzavim alav by Avram Avinu. You want to use the same language about Mitzrim that in Ervas Haaretz? Alav? Lefanov. They're on top of him. Vayikra. And he called. What happens when you call? When you call, it's to tell someone to come. But no, Yosef is going to do the opposite. He calls. Karoi. To call, I mean, to they should approach. No, he says just the opposite. Send everyone else from above me. Again, me'alai. Veloi omad ish itoi. And there was no ish. So not only now you use the Lashon of Malachim, you're using a Lashon of very Chashuv, Tzadikim. Remember, ish, Aleph is Adnus, Yud Ke Vav Ke for the Yud, and Shin is Shakai. That tells you the level of someone in the Torah that's called Ish. Itoi. Okay, so there was no man. So maybe there were women there, right? Who said there was no woman? The pasuk doesn't say that. So what is the intention of the pasuk? If you're really intending to tell me that Yosef was alone with his brothers when he revealed himself. In that case, don't use an ambiguous language. Use a clear language. Don't tell me something masculine and maybe something feminine was there. ולא יאמר איש איתוי בהזוודה, I'm not going to start with this word, but anyway, בהזוודה יוסף אליך. Look how complicated and how you can tell right away that's the story that you're reading like this. It's not the story of the pasuk. That's not the intention of the pasuk. We're very far away from the intention because the grammar doesn't lend it to this. We want to force a touch in the pasuk, but that's not the touch in the pasuk. So what did he do, Yosef? Vayiten es koiloi bifchi. I'm sorry, what? Vayiten es koiloi bifchi. You can't say vayivke. What do you mean? He gave his voice into crying. You're saying 1, 2, 3, 4 words. To basically, me, I understand the whole touch only because of the bipri. So say vayivke. Vayishmeu Mitzrayim. Aha. Yosef lived in the street, because when he cried, all Mitzrayim heard. How did they do that? Vayishma beis paroi. Should have been the opposite. First the guy close, and then the guy further. The pasuk obviously has a touch, something, a side here that needs to be understood, because if Mitzrayim, all of Mitzrayim heard about Yosef crying, okay, yeah, they loved Yosef and everything. But if they heard him crying, obviously it's a kol sheken that paroi, base paro, that's closer, heard the cries. So why do you say it in such an order? You shouldn't even say Vayishma base paro. What do you want to add? Let's just take a step back. Yosef puts his gevia, his one cup, in the bag of Binyamin. As the Midrash says, he prepared him so he shouldn't have a shock and so forth. So Binyamin knew about it. Yosef revealed himself in the Binyamin prior to this Ma'aseh. Yehuda doesn't know anything about this. He comes. So now I'm going to give you a recital of the Midrashim a little bit to put you in the context. Try to talk nicely. He tried to talk a bit rough. He tried to tell him, you're a king, I'm a king. My father is also a king like Paro. So don't push me around and tell me excuses and so forth. Nothing works. I want my brother. If you don't give me my brother, there will be no one left alive in Mitzrayim. It sends us Naphtali out. He says, Naphtali, go around Mitzrayim and tell me how many shukim, how many marketplaces there are, and we're going to divide them amongst us. So within a minute, Naphtali comes back and he says there are 12. He says, okay, you guys take each one shuk, decimate it, and kill everyone. Don't leave anything standing. It has to be a korban. I'll take 3. And as Yosef sees, knowing the signs of his brother, he sees that he hears the cloth tearing, and the hair of Yehuda start appearing on the outside. That's when Yehuda was very angry. His hair used to tear his cloth. But he's not there yet. Yehuda had a specific sign when he would burst. He would be, nobody could stand in front of him. And then Yosef tried to walk back a little bit, takes Binyamin, go to his room. Yehuda doesn't open the door, he goes through the door, and he says, give me back my brother. And now Yehuda started having tears of blood coming through the eyes. He knew that was it. Yehuda is about to kill now. I have a question. They sat to sell their brothers a Sanhedrin with the Shechina. Yehuda is the Melech, and as Rabbeinu Bachai calls him, the big Dayan. So this is not someone that does things lightly. We have a mitzvah not to be Metzayer an animal. Dari HaKodesh, it's brought down in Shah Gilgulim that Dari HaKodesh was not even killing mosquitoes or flies or anything. There's an Isser to hurt. When I said to hurt, it means to make that the other, whatever creature it is that would feel pain, it's a Isser de Oraisa. These Mitzrim have done nothing to you. They just go about their lives, their families, they try to make meats and put food on the table. What do they have with his story and his whole thing that he put himself into it when he sold his brother? Why do you want them to carry the hat? That they're not responsible. Where is Yehuda getting a hater to go after the Mitzrim and kill them all? How can you decimate the whole nation? Yaakov Avinu was not happy about Shimon and Levi about Shechem. But they saw they were Chayav Misa according to the Hilchos Noach. Why? Because they saw Shechem taking dinner. It's a much smaller place. Shechem is not a big city. It's not, because now what you see of Shechem is it was much smaller city. You probably had 200-300 houses or 400 houses, something like this, if 400, and that's all. So people saw it was a small contained place. So they saw him stealing a life, stealing a human being, Chayav Misa. But here the Mitzrim are not even aware of what's going on in the palace of Yosef. What do you want to hurt them? Who gives you the right to hurt them? I didn't say kill them. I say hurt them. You have no right. Second question I'm going to go mostly into also, and this is where I'm going to go the path, is this. We saw that the Lashon of the Pasuk was very interesting. By why come with a language that will trigger right away questions? Because there's nothing that prepares us emotionally for Yosef to burst out. Nothing. And all of a sudden, from nowhere, hey, guys, I'm going to reveal myself. Hold it. Where is the process? So there is something that happened here that we are not aware of. But it is here in front of us. We just have to find it. It's such an amazing pasuk I don't know how many drushim I wrote on that pasuk. I can let it go because I still feel after all this, there's still a depth in it. Something is hiding in there. Let's go start with the Zohar. And I'm going to try to go a little bit slower than usual because there's a lot of parts. And if there's a part that are not just for the numbers, I'm going to take them off. I'm not going to tell you. But there's a very, very interesting Zohar that's going to take almost everything out of subject. And we're going to have to rebuild it in order to understand, in essence, what he's telling us and put it back into the words. It's going to be a tough game, but let's go back to the psukim. I want you here to read with me this pasuk. It's a pasuk in Bereshis at the time of the Bria. V'chol siyach hasadeh terem yiyeh ba'aretz. So when HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world, the plants were not finished. They were just about to burst from the ground up. V'chol esev asade, and all grass from the field, terem mitzmach, before it grew. Why? Ki lo himtir Hashem Elohikim al haaretz, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu has not sent water yet. I mean, a rain on the land. Ve'adam ayin la'avoid es ha'adama. And Menachem, you see the language?
Yes.
All right, you want to take over? You want to tell me what it means? It's unbelievable, this language, because it means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We know that there's a hidden meaning because the word ayin refers to the keser. But here, the Adam, let me ask you something. You see the size of Earth, right? It has been the same since Ma'aseh Bereshis. It didn't grow up. So you want to tell me that the Amazon forest didn't grow, the whatever in Australia back there, or the setback, I don't know how they call it. Whatever, no trees, nothing grew because Adam was not yet created. That's the Pshat Pashut. He was not there to work the land. How is Adam Arishon supposed to work the whole globe? You want to tell me that he had to work every piece of land for it to grow on the whole globe? Obviously not. So, and number two, what is ve'adam ayin? How basically, the way to translate is ve'ein adam la'avoid eso adama. But if you pay attention to the language here, is ve'adam ayin. What is ayin means? Where is he? What do you mean, where is he? La'avoid es ha'adama, says the Zohar HaKodesh. Here is the pasuk of the Geula. V'chol siyach hasadeh, who's called branches? The siyach. The siyach is the little bushes. This is the Mashiach ben David. It's considered the highest, the first. Terem yiyeh ba'aretz, it means he has not yet revealed himself on earth. Terem yihye, not yihyu, not the siyach, yihye him. So vechol siyach hasadeh Mashiach ben David, terem yiyeh ba'aretz, before revealing himself and coming to earth. Vechol esev hasadeh, and all the grass of the land. This is the second Mashiach, Mashiach ben Yosef. Terem yitzmach, He has not yet the Yeshua. You will understand. We have a lot of parts. I would like to build it calmly. He has not. We always say the Geula it grows. Yitzmach means grows. Because the order is Mashiach ben Yosef comes, prepares the terrain for Mashiach ben David, and then Mashiach ben David comes, but not the opposite. So even this, the Geula has not yet flourished. Kiloi himtir. You see here it's Hashem Elohim for those who learn Shabbos. You know, Kiloi himtir. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has not sent the Shefar from the Midas. Ve'adam ayin.
Maybe the same Hashem there is Yud Kei Vav Kei?
Yeah, it's Yud Kevavke here. I just didn't want to write because I erased the same pages. Here it's Yud Kevavke, Hashem Elohim. All the Hashem Elohim from after Perek Aleph in Bereshis, they're all Hashem Elohim. And I'm going to explain this in a different way that I ever explained it. And I'll explain it in this year so people also understand what it means, this Hashem Elohim. Allah ha'aretz, on the land, ve'adam ayin. And Moshe Rabbeinu is not here. You heard me well. Adam is Moshe. La'avodas Adama, to prepare the Shechina, the Malchus Knesset Yisrael. You all know that Moshe in full, Mem, Shin, Hey. May, Yin. Moshe Rabbeinu contains the word ayin. So the Zohar touch. So what is it? The Zohar explains that the Moshe Rabbeinu will come with the Mashiach. Who is the Mashiach? The one it says Lo Yasor Shevet Yehuda. The scepter will never miss from Yehuda. Ben Raglav. And the Mashiach ben Yosef. So everything comes at once. At ki yavo, I wrote it here. What do I do it by head? Lo Yasor Shevet Yehuda Choykek mi ben Raglav at ki yavo Shiloi. Shiloi equals 345 equals Moshe. That's the raya that the Zohar brings to say that here the Adam is Moshe Rabbeinu. I repeat, here we have a revelation in the Zohar that, and we're going to see in what order they're going to come and what is each one's job. We have Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben Yosef, and Moshe Rabbeinu, the three of them. Though we see something just to try to understand what's going on, since here will trigger ad kiyavoi shiloi, meaning the Mashiach ben David and Mashiach ben Yosef cannot perform until Shiloh arrives. So it means Shiloh is a trigger. Every time there's a trigger like this, oh no. I know something is there already, has to put it as a base. So this equals 468. We'll see later it's a magical number, but for now we're just going to take it easy. It's 9 times Yud Hey Vav Hey. The name in the Machas. If I would translate that in a different way, in order for having the Geula, we have to bring the Shechina all the way up to the Chochmah, to her father. Connect the Chochmah and the Malchus together. Father and daughter. And that's, so this is basically the beginning of the Geula. I'm going to look at it a different way now. If we take Mashiach to see what's going to be triggering it, it's Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey, Adnus. In other words, the Malchus has to be in Yichud. So we have to correct, to raise the Shechina, which is Knesset Yisrael. In other words, when I say we have to raise the Malchus, what do you mean we have to raise? Where is she? What do we have to do to raise the Malchus? It's not like you take your son and you give him a shower and you say, okay, I gave him a shower. No, here you take the shower, automatically you trigger, the Shechina goes up. That's what it is. So in order to have Mashiach comes when there's already the Yichud of Kucha Berichu and the Shechina. Okay. So I know we have, before the Mashiach comes, we have a certain job to do. We just have to figure out how do we do it. Because it seems a very high stepstone to go over. Very, very high. Daria Kodesh comes with a total different learning in here. And he says like this. He takes this pasuk here, which is in Yeshaya, Hine yaskil avdi, behold, my servant will become seichel, will become smart. Your room, he will rise. Venisa, it's almost transported. He's going to go even higher. Vegova, and keep on going higher. Me'oid, tremendously. Midrash Tanchuma explains on this pasuk, Yaskil is keneged Avraham Avinu. He will get more chokhmah than Avraham Avinu. Yorum, he will rise more than Yitzchak Avinu. Venisa, and he will be higher than Yaakov Avinu. Vegova me'oid, and he will get very high, more than Moshe Rabbeinu. In other words, here we have a little bit of all it tells us, this pasuk, according to Daria Kodesh, is it's going to be very easy to understand for the Shabbos Shir, the one who come to the afternoon Shir, is we know that everything is composed by 5 lights. The Nefesh, the Ruach, the Neshama, and then we have 2 more. Chaya Yechida. Neshama to the Neshama, and the Neshama to the Neshama of the Neshama, which is tremendous. What this pasuk tells us is, you see, Avraham Avinu was Ovid Avodah Zarah when he was younger and everything. So there was a level of Gam. So they reach certain levels. The Mashiach will reach a level that even Moshe Rabbeinu. So Moshe Rabbeinu reached the Bina. The Mashiach will have a neshama from the Chochmah. And the Ari HaKadosh, and then he will attach himself to Moshe Rabbeinu. In other words, and the Ari said it very clearly, the Mashiach is Moshe Rabbeinu. He brings a proof from the pasuk. He made Seischa me'eretz Mitzrayim, the same way you came out of Egypt. Our Enu Niflois, I will show you the Nisim, the same Nisim. Meaning the same one, the Goy El Rishon, the one who freed us first, is going to be the one who's going to free us last. In other words, the Mashiach ben David is Moshe Rabbeinu. It's very, very important here to understand. I know you think I forgot about the pasuk. No. On the side of your head, you always have to keep in mind, we're talking about Yehuda. We're not talking about Shevet Levi. We're talking about Shevet Yehuda. Where is Moshe from? Shevet Levi. Dabi HaKodesh. You choylek on the Zohar. The Zohar says there's going to be on the right of the Moshe Rabbeinu. They're going to appear, the three together. I mean, I take back what I said because that's wrong compared to what we're going to explain. Moshe Rabbeinu will be in the center. To his right will be Mashiach ben David. To his left will be Mashiach ben Yosef. That makes sense. But you, Dari HaKodesh, you took me Mashiach ben David and told me it's not real or human. It's not a person. It's abstract. It's spiritual. It's a neshama. And this neshama will inhabit Moshe Rabbeinu, and this is how he's going to become the Mashiach ben David. But you don't answer. Mashiach ben David. Not Mashiach ben Levi. It's Mashiach ben David. How do you make him Mashiach ben David? He doesn't say ben David ben Levi, ben Levi. It's exclusively from the Malchus based David. You know, Moshe Rabbeinu doesn't come from Rus. He doesn't come from Naamah. He doesn't come from Tamar. He comes from Yocheved. He comes from Amram. How do you make him Mashiach? In Parshas Mishpatim, the Zohar goes even much clearer. You remember the dream of the Saramashkim. What was the dream of the Saramashkim? The Geffen. We explained the Geffen represent the Knesset Yisrael, the Shechina, the Bnei Yisrael. Shloisha Sarigim, 3 branches. This is when the light, the eyes of Yosef popped out. Says the Zohar, when we are going to be freed, B'ez Hashem, very soon. Now, they're going to be not a duo or tertio, you call it. They're going to be 3. And this is how the Geula will happen. Just going to go back to the pasuk to show you. And with all this, we're going to have a shock when this is going to happen. Where is it? Oh. Vaishalcheu Hashem Elohikim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu banned him. So yes, in the context of Bereshis is Adam Arishon from Gan Eden. La'avodes Adama, to go work the land. But the Zohar in Tikkunim doesn't touch it like this. Vaishalcheu Hashem Elohikim, Hashem will send out Moshe Rabbeinu flying off Gan Eden. Stop enjoying yourself there. La'avoid es ha'adama, to start correcting the Shechina and raise it from the ashes she is in. From this pasuk, the Zohar learns that Moshe Rabbeinu will precede even Mashiach ben Yosef, will come and teach us Torah, because we know nothing, the soidos of the Torah. And this is going to be a tremendous healing for the Shekhinah. Because once the Bnei Israel will know the kavanas and how to be Oved Hashem, this will raise the Shekhinah from the ashes she's in, Kaviyachol. So Moshe Rabbeinu, so now even more so on the Riyah Kodesh, because we see Moshe Rabbeinu has to precede the Mashiach ben David, the first the Mashiach ben Yosef, then the Mashiach ben David. So there cannot be one person. In order to answer and explain according to every Shita and make peace between the Zohar and the Riyah Kodesh, we have to explain this. It will take me quite a while to prove it to you, so I'd rather cut short here. We have Moshe, when he comes, is going to be called Mashiach. We have Mashiach ben Yosef, and we have Mashiach ben David. In that order, they will come. This equals 1074. This plus the cradle. So do me a favor, I'm just going to write 1075. 1075 equals to the way the light is described in Parshas Bereshis. First, it says, oyer. Second times, it says just oyer. Third times, it says la oyer. Fourth time, it says ha oyer. And fifth times, it says ha oyer. This equals 1075. The oyer and soif that was shining during Maaseh Bereshis until that Shabbos, this is what these three together they bring. Now we understand why we need the three of them, because each one of them is bringing his part. And the Zohar say they're going to correct Yisrael. And as I told you, when we are corrected, when a person corrects himself, automatically he's correcting the Shekhinah. So now we're going to write Yisrael in full. Yud, Shin, Reish, Lamed, Aleph, Lamed. Here's the Zohar in a sentence and a half. Three Mashiachim, they bring back the light. So each one is going to come in stages. It's not going to come all at once because we're going to burst. We have to become a kli, a vessel, in order to contain such a light. And therefore, we have to have it, gradually. Now we understand we have this crystallized. This is the pattern the Mashiachim will happen. I'm going to go now a little bit deep. Just going to bring a few midrashim. I'm not going to try to lose your country. I would like to keep you here because there's a chokhmah here we're going to learn, which is tremendous. Tremendous. You will understand. After that, this is going to humble us down that every time we're going to approach to do avodah, I'm telling you, it's like we are marked with I don't know, with burning iron or something. The Midrash says in Bereshis Rabbah, in Parshas Vayeshev, when about the dreams of Yosef. So Yosef first dream he has this sheep in the middle, and all the brothers, the sheep is around, and they all bow down to him. And it happened when they were in Mitzrayim. It happened once by the time of Binyamin. The Bnei Israel were not bowing down to nobody. The Bnei Yaakov, they were like polite, nod the head, say hello and everything, but they were not bowing down. However, by Shtachu Arza, when it says that they bowed down to the ground, it did happen. Then Yosef remembered his dreams. What do you mean his dreams? That he dreamt that they will bow down to him. But there's a second dream. The second dream was that the Shemesh, the sun, the Yareach, the moon, and the 11 stars will bow down to him. Yaakov Avinu, the Midrash says, Yaakov Avinu thought that's end of time. That's it. Because now there will be Tchias HaMeisim, will come back Rachel, and they will bow down to the Mashiach. And the Midrash ends up that he didn't know because Bilhah was taking care of him as a mother, that we're talking about her. I have a huge issue with this Midrash. We're talking about Tanoim Gdoshim saying words. Their words, remember that they were learning, and the Neshama, the Ari HaKodesh says, the Neshama of the Tanoim, I think it's in Agdama Lamed Beis, in Shara Gilgulim, from Oilam HaAtzilus, meaning you can see everything. When you say something, you can see, you can build the meaning of your words. It's like practical. It's not like in this world words are just like thin air. No. Over there, in contrary, the words are the importance. The Maisim, worthless. The Tanaim are telling me that Yaakov was wrong, and the dream was talking about him and Bilhah. And actually, the Ruach HaKodesh told him, keep this close to your heart because these are true dreams. I have a huge problem. Yaakov Avinu goes down to Mitzrayim, just like it happened to Avram. The door before Paro's chamber goes up. Paro panics. He remembered Avram, not him, he was his grandfather, but they knew the story. And Yaakov doesn't bow down to Paro. Yosef is losing 10 years of his life because he heard the words 10 times, Avdecha Avinu. Your servant, our father. It's not bekavedik to talk like this about a father. For each time he heard that and he didn't react, he lost a year of life. You want to tell me that Yaakov Avinu will bow down before his son? Kol sheken that he cannot let this happen. For sure not. Now, how are we going to prove that? We need to prove it. Okay, yes, logically, philosophically, we say it's not possible. But the Ruach HaKodesh, you're going to tell me, Ruach HaKodesh says, look, you got to keep the dream. That was a dream. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Maybe when it's going to be Mashiach, it's going to happen because now he's going to have a higher level. We're not really You want to kvetch. It's not really a gather of a son, it's a gather of Mashiach. Ishtusim v'havalim, all this. Please keep it out. Don't even waste your thoughts with something like this. There's so much I can tell you about here, but I'm going to take it, just build it clearly, and you're going to understand very clearly the whole concept, the whole Merkaba, how it's going to happen, and what happened to Yosef in our apostle, what happened to Yehuda, become very clear and befitting right inside the words. So, how am I going to say this? Let's bring the midrash on Rus. Okay, I think that's going to give us a very good image on a very, very good image about where we're going, and put some rails on the road so we don't get lost. Did I bring this box? Yes. Okay, so that Rus came. Her husband used to be Machloin, and he died. Chilyon, his brother, was married to Naomi, died, but she returned to her people. Now Ruth she's a Yevama. Why? But there's two Goyel. There was one close and one Boaz, which was a little bit more distant relative than the first one. The first one, the Torah doesn't reveal the name. However, the next day, after Ruth came to him at night, he was the Rosh of the Sanhedrin. He sat down with the Sanhedrin and waited for the Goyel. When we say Goyel, I don't know how you would say the word in English here, but is the Yavam, is the one who's supposed to do the Yibum to Ruth. So Boaz asked him, do you want to marry Ruth? He says, no, I can't. I can't free her because I'm going to destroy Nachalasi, my not inheritance, my he was already married and he didn't want
lineage.
My what?
Lineage. His yichus.
His Nachalasi is a nachla. What is called a nachla?
Lineage.
Lineage? Okay, lineage. It's a word I can say. Okay, his lineage. So he says, do it you. Says the Zohar there that these two Goyel that in the Pasuk basically come to hint us about the two Goyel we're going to have also. The Mashiach ben Yosef, who can accomplish a certain task but not free us. And the Mashiach ben David. Mashiach ben Yosef's task is, he is the Satan of Esau. And he can take down the Shibud Malchuyos. Bnei Israel, I gonna love him beyond a love. It's gonna be tremendous. The connection between Yosef and the Bnei Israel is gonna be, even Mashiach ben David is not gonna reach that. So when he says in the pasuk lo yuchal ligol, they're gonna, because Bnei Israel are gonna turn to him, please do tchias amesim, and he's gonna say to the Bnei Israel, I cannot free you. I cannot free myself from death. How can I free others from death? And it's gonna be a Sarah LeYaakov. They're gonna be it's going to be a tumultuous time because Bnei Israel really wanted him to do, and they know now he announced that he's going to die. It's going to be tremendous pounding on the Bnei Israel. They're going to feel down. Boaz, in return, who is from the lineage of Yehuda, he's going to be the one who's going to be Meyabim, marry Ruth, died the same day, by the way, and just to marry Ruth, and have a son, Oved, who has the nitzaitz of the Mashiach ben David. Okay, so now we have very clearly before us Moshe coming to teach Torah to the Bnei Israel, bring back the Ur, Mashiach ben Yosef coming down to take Esav, Edom telling him, Ketz sam lachoshech, like in Miketz, enough with the darkness, the light is going to be shining, but he still cannot complete the task. The one who's going to, it's very interesting, that's like the sheet of the Rambam, the one who's going to complete the task and remove the two serpents is the Mashiach ben David. Okay, now we reach the level, here's Yehuda, he's coming out now. He's coming to face Yosef. Yosef has not finished the job, cannot finish the job of freeing the Yidden from Misa, from the Nechashim. This has to be the task of, so explain the Zohar. Velo yachol Yosef leisapek. He could not contain himself. Lechol hanitzavim. Again, I have a problem with these words. Remember the three problems there. Lechol hanitzavim, all that stand, but the lashon standing is used is a lashon used for malachim. Only the Bnei Israel, when they stand together, atem nitzavim hayom kulchem. Only when there's a hakhel and there's achdus in the Bnei Israel, we rise to the level of malachim, and then we don't say oimed, stand, we say nitzavim. It's a different way of standing. Explain the Zohar HaKadosh, mamish the Indian of Adlakas Ner Chanukah. Yosef, the Yesod, is a river. What is the river doing? The river is walls, a bed that contains water, and the water moves. Can the river stop the water flow? No. Yosef is the Yesod. He is the Nachal. What is the Nachal doing? Nachal stands for Nun, Noitzer, Ches, Chesed, Lamed, Lo Alafim. He goes all the way to the Dikna and pulls the oil all the way to the Malchus to be sent to the Bnei Israel. Because Noitzer Chesed Lo Alafim equals 603 equals Bnei Israel. It has an address for the on this package. But Yosef is incapable of stopping the flow. So for him, it's almost against his nature to tell him, stop giving. Hu hamashbir, he always gives. That's his nature. He cannot be changed. But this time he says, when it's time as he's going to act as Mashiach ben Yosef, he's going to say, all the malachim of the other nations, because they all want to know, they came down there, and they all want to know, whoa, what's going on with these two there? We better know so we can protect our nations. Are they already fomenting to bring the Geula? So the 70 Sarim came down to here. Now you understand that we're not talking about humans. That's why it says Nitzavim. The hint is in the lashon of the pasuk. Lechol is to tell us that the 70 were there. All the sarim of the nations were there. Exactly like in Avraham, Vehine shloisha anashim nitzavim, a love on top of him. Because the malach stand where the man stops. That's where he stands. So it's Allah. The Zohar said he checked them out. So how did he check them out? We have a word that was very difficult to explain. He said Vayikra is when you call someone. He should have said Vayomer. Say, get out of here, all of you. But he didn't say Vayomer. Not Vayetzav. He didn't order. Vayikra. Vayikra equals 317. Equals Avraham Avinu. Oh, Avraham Avinu. You selected me and put me in that situation. Vaishlachehu me'emek Chevron. Rashi asked, but Chevron is not in the valley. It's on a mount. So how can you say from the valley of Chevron? He says, me'amka, from the depth of the machshava, Avraham didn't know how to send his grandson to Mitzrayim. He was supposed to be chained and in dishonor and everything. So he chose Yosef, which was exactly his father and looked like his father, to carry this burden. So says Yosef, you put me in that situation. Now come back, get them out. That's why Vayikra. He told Avraham Avinu. Why? Because Avraham is from the Chesed. The Chesed is stronger than the Gvura, especially that the Sarim are not even the Gvura like Yitzchak. They're much lower. So Avraham Avinu had to check them out, and that's what he did. And that's what it says. Veloy omad ish itoy. And there were no ish. Who's ish? The Malachim. Malachim are always called ish. Michal, Gabriel, all the Malachim are called ish. It's an honorific title. Itoy touched the Zohar. S, Vav. S is always the Malchus. Vav. So there was a yichud that was made there. Interesting. We need to understand what kind of yichud was made there, between Knesset Yisrael and the Yesod. Beisvada Yosef el Echav, when Yosef revealed himself, not to his brothers, to all the machnes of the Kedusha. I know it seems a little bit far-fetched, but you're going to see that everything, we're not going to arrive to the end, you're going to see the time, but I'm going to give you Yosef see, I have Binyamin. One of the descendants of Binyamin, who is he? Eliyahu Hanavi. Brought in the Midrash, Eliyahu Hanavi, there was a machlokes between Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Nehorai, if he's from Bnei Gad or from Bnei Rachel. Eliyahu Hanavi appeared and told him, Mibnei Rachel on it. He is a descendant of Binyamin. Binyamin is there. Yosef himself is there. Yehuda is there. The three components. Because Eliyahu Hanavi has to come 3 days before and announce the venue of the arrival of the Mashiach. And right then will appear the Mashiach ben Yosef and put an end to the Shibud Malchuyos. Put an end to the Galus. But we don't have Moshe. What can we do? We have almost every component here. could not withhold it. Yosef screamed. We almost have the whole Geula here. And he cannot have it. Let's see. Everything I told you, I will prove you now. After so Mashiach ben Yosef, his mission is Shibud. I don't have time to put vowels, sorry. Malchias. Exactly what it says in the pasuk on the Mashiach ben Yosef, Kates Sam Lachoshech. He is the one who puts an end to the Choshech. Now, I'm going to make it more appetizing. You take Mashiach ben Yosef. Equals 566. And now he's going to take in his hand Kasa, the sword of the Bina, with two, we don't say the mouth of the sword, no. I think it's the edges, the double edges. Kills on both sides. The two cherubim, Mashiach ben Yosef, Mashiach ben David, they stand before the Gan Eden with that sword in their hands. This equals 888. This is how the Mashiach ben Yosef is going to come. For those who don't know that what Kasa is Keye in full, Aleph, Hey, Yud, Hey, with the Yud in read. This is how he's going to come and put an end here. There's a tremendous side. I know I'm going to go to a little bit out of subject, but I would like to show you this. It's something to notice. This is a tremendous side. Kasa, which is the sword. Every time Bnei Israel used to go to war, they used to say the words Cherev Lashem. They used to scream. They used to say first Kriya Shema, Kabbalah Samach Shamayim in full, and then they used to take the sword and scream. They all had to scream. Cherev Lashem. All of a sudden, nobody knew what was happening. You could see heads flying by the enemies right and left, right and left, right and left. We don't fight with the sword, you know, like the going made out of metal. We fight with that sword because this equals 322 equals Merkava Tmeya. This is the chariot of the Sitra Achra. This is equals the Risha Kelev Ra, the bad dog that used to be having a hole next to the Mizbeach. When a korban was not accepted, the fire used to come from the hole in a shape of a dog, of a nasty dog. That's what we do, and equals, in case you want to know, Yerobam, descendant of Yosef, but it's not for here. Now you understand that. Let's go behind the words and see. Let's test it. What's behind it? Okay, there's no reason mentioned in the pasuk, but maybe it's mentioned in the numbers. Velo yochol Yosef leis apek equals 869. I'm just going to take it in a thing you can connect to. Safnas Paneya, which is 828. I could have written 2 times or and soif because of the kasa kasa, but I'm going to go slow. With him is going to have the malach of that goes on ki malachav. That's what we also, before we go on the way, we always say that apostle ki malachav yetzave lach. Ki malachav yetzave lach. This is the malach. You're sure nothing will happen on the way. Now, Chazal also gave another one. It's halacha kerabim. Okay, I'm not going to go sideways. Just want to show you this is, so he's going to come out, even Mashiach ben Yosef, as a protection because he knows he's in the danger. We said he saw Yehuda right now next to him. Okay, let's go for Yehuda. Yud, Hey, Yehuda, Vav, Dalet, Hey. Yoy, Yud, Samech, Vav, no. Yud, Vav, Samech, Hey. Equal 729. Equals the Shem that happened. What happened when the Yam saw Aroinu Shel Yosef? When the Yam saw the beer of Yosef Atzadik, the Kodesh says in Likutei Torah, Parshas Beshalach, Ana bechoyach gedula siminecho kabel rinas amecha sagevenu taharenu noira. That's krasat. And this is the shame that Moshe Rabbeinu used to split the ocean. And this is how the Mashiachim are going to split the whole entire. What's hiding behind this? We have to raise the Bnei Israel. We have to complete the Shechina. Okay, you splitted the Yamsuf. Let me put it in a little bit different perspective for you, as the commander says it. We know Kel Shakai is the Yichud of Olam HaBeriyah. These are the things that brings the Malchus, the Yichudim. Kel Yud Ke Vav Ke is in Olam HaYetzirah. Kel Agnus is Olam HaSiyah. This equals to 498. We also know that Ab, Sag, Ma, Ben, the 4 names coming out of the Chachma, right? The 4 different ways to write Yud Ke Vav Ke equals 232. Can you add me these 2 numbers? You're having in front of your eyes exactly the side of the whole Pasha. What's requested from us? These words, speak to me. Now, all the rest is fun. But now, that starts talking to me. I can translate you and tell you exactly what everything means here, what in my davening, what it's requested. Because we start davening in Birkas HaShachar here. We go to the Hallelujah here. From Yotzer on we go. Here, Shmone Esrei we in Atzilus. So I know how to use them every day in davening. We use that. We use these three Yehudim. Again, Til Baruch She'amar, we hear the first one, including the Korbanos. After that, we are in Olam HaYetzira till after Ishtabach, including the Kaddish. Then Yotzer Or, we're starting Olam HaBeria till after Birkas Kriyas Shema, till Hashem Sefasai Tiftach. At that point, we are in Atzilus. Ab Sag Ma Ben. Kras Satan with a koil, that's in our hands. Every day you have it in your hand. Every day. Every day you can stop the choshech. Every day. If we know, but it requires a bit of chokhmah. The shems, it means it requires a little bit of kavanah. Don't just do it like this and expect your tefillah to flourish. No, it's not going to happen. You need to understand that you're getting a gift here that beyond. So you reach Atzilus, you're getting Ab Sagma Ben coming to welcome you. It's in your hand. Now all of a sudden, you have 720, which equals Yehuda and Yosef. You're one of these people that can bring the Mashiach. Both of them. Amazing. The nes of Hanukkah was done. Look at the hugeness of Hanukkah. He was done with this one. Kel Hashem va'yo'er lanu, we say in the Hallel. The HaKadosh Baruch Hu sent us the oil of the menorah. When? With this. Now the parsha started Vayigash Elov Yehuda Vayomer Bi Adoni equals 7:30. You understand where Yosef is standing? Yosef sees through the words of Yehuda the Yehudim is making, and he is sure that he's announcing that he is ready to come. Why? Because Yosef, and I'm going to finish on this, Yosef has an interest to come. He's always standing ready by the door. Why? Because the Shekhinah is his mother. And as long as the Bnei Yisrael are in Galus and she has to stay with them, she suffers from the Chitzonim. Yosef, when he was a kid, he was 7 years old, he went on his tiptoes in order to cover his mother from Esau, because he has the power. He sees the son of Esau taking advantage of his mother. Yosef HaTzadik is ready to burst the door open, not even open the door, go through the door. Just Moshe Rabbeinu is withholding. Why? Because the midah of Moshe Rabbeinu is a tiferes, is the way we behave with the Torah. It's lacking a covet of the Torah. We're lacking humility. We're lacking umishtamesh betagach chalaf. We use the keser of the Torah like if it's just nothing and everything. We don't recognize that even what we understand, what we're learning in this year, if it was not for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if I would not die, you do not know what I suffer. Do you think answers come? No, they don't come. How many Sforim do I read? I need to go to the emes. We are arriving at this time that we need to reach the mamish, the truth. And if we don't reach it, we are fried. Why? Because even though the Mashiach ben Yosef is ready, Moshe has to be ready. And Moshe doesn't want to be ready. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu vayishlachehu migan Eden has to to send him out. Go, 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 go. You want them to be ready? Prepare them yourself. Last thing I want to show you why it's so important always. Okay, you saw that I wrote the name of Yosef a little bit different than I wrote the name of Yehuda, because he's second. The same way the Bina has a different writing than the Chochmah, the name of the Bina, because it's second, this one. But if now we're going to put them exactly all with Yudin, meaning I'm going to have a Yud here, and instead of an Aleph here, I'm going to put a Yud. Instead of 729, I'm having 758. Magical number. Sion Yerushalayim. That's the Geulah. That's what we want. That's what we expect. There's nothing else. We have to prepare also. You see that the difference also of preparation of the Mashiach ben Yosef. So now when we dive into HaKadosh Baruch Hu opened the gates of the Gan Eden and take Moshe out and tell him to come and help us already. So he prepares us for the venue. Velo yochel Yosef leisapek, because he saw Yehuda made the yichud, he thought he did it intentionally. He made the yichud of the Mashiach as if he was ready, but he was not. And Yosef didn't burst out of emotional cry, out of pain for the Bnei Yisrael, that you're going to have to go through the galus, and that you're going to have to go and to answer the question why Yehuda did that, and how did he wanted to permit himself to kill all the Egyptians. He made the cheshbon. He said, I can only do Kras Satan. I cannot do Tzion V'Yerushalayim. Bnei Yisrael, we don't have Yosef. We cannot have a Geulah, not even from Mitzrayim. If there is no Geulah from Mitzrayim, there's going to be no Shibud in Mitzrayim, because there's going to be no Mitzrayim. So since these Achzarim, these Reshaim, they're going to spill the blood of tzaddikim, of Jewish children on this, by they have a din of roidef, and the chayev emis already. If I cannot have Yosef with me, it's impossible to guarantee the Geulah from Mitzrayim. Kol sheken for afterward. So I had to do it myself. And that's why Yosef had to reveal himself. Hey, buddy. I'm Yosef. You don't have to go too far. I'm Yosef. And therefore, you don't have to kill them. Let things unveil the way they have to happen.